everybody. Today I am bringing you this layout with these two pictures of a little recent summer grilling, and I'm also bringing you some brand new papers, I'm using some brand new papers from the Jelly Bean Soup Hello Healthy, or Healthy Hello Soup, or Hello Healthy Soup. It's one of the two. I have it written both ways, so sorry about that. I think it's Hello Healthy Soup, actually. But I recently bought this collection at my LSS, and I love it. And it's just a beautiful, gorgeous summer collection. So I think it was just so much fun for me to actually use that. Now, I did pull in some pieces from some of my other Jelly Bean Soup collections. I like the lines, and I haven't bought a lot lately, so I have all these odds and ends papers. So what I did is I made my own sort of kit. I used the papers that I'd bought from the Hello Healthy Soup collection, and then I added some other papers that I thought would go with it. And that's what this pink background paper is. That pink background paper is from Jelly Bean Soup. It's from Happy Camper Stew, and it's called Two Parts Adventure. Sort of a fun name. So that works really, really well with this floral. And this floral is definitely my absolute favorite in the Hello Healthy Soup. And since this is a layout about girls grilling, I thought it would be kind of fun that it was pink, so you get the juxtaposition of that with, the grilling, which guys tend to do a lot, but, girls certainly can do it. I do it all the time. So that is actually me in the picture. My mom took the photograph, and then I took a photograph of my plate when we ate. So we had some chicken burgers, some really yummy chicken burgers, and some grilled veggies for dinner that night. So I did I wanted some navy, because there's some navy in the background with some little kind of splotches, and that diagonal stripe wasn't doing it for me because the blue was a little bit off. So what I did is I grabbed my the bite size, or not the bite-sized bits. I did write bite-sized bits on it. I'm sorry, that blue paper is from the Hello Healthy Soup collection. I don't know what the name of it is, though, because I didn't write it down. The floral paper is called Hint of Hello. But anyway, so I like the way that blue check worked. Because it's sort of a page about grilling, I thought it was kind of cute to have sort of a picnicky feel. And it really does a nice job of popping it off of the floral paper, which again is called Hint of Hello. So I'm just going to take that blue paper and cut it so that that works as kind of a larger mat for the photo mat. And I'm trying to decide there if I'm going to leave that pink piece on the edge there or not, and I decided or not. It looked kind of odd. It was unbalanced. So, and then my next sort of thought is, now, do I match up the edge of the blue gingham paper with the edge of the floral paper, or do I take it all the way over to the border? And I'm going to decide to take it over the border. I like to do that every so often because it breaks up the squareness of the layout. Not that this layout's not very square, but it just breaks up the exactness of it a little bit, so that you're breaking out of the square itself. And then I had found that the journaling card there, and that is from American Crafts Mayberry. It is a collection that's a couple years old now, and is probably one of my all-time favorite summer collections. I think that's probably 2014. It might be 2013. And from time to time, I'll find pieces of it in closeout places, and I buy them because I still love that collection so much. Eventually, I won't be able to find it. So then what I did is I grabbed the bite-sized bits there, and that's from the Hello Healthy collection from Jelly Bean Soup. And I'm going to use them to make a cluster in the bottom left there. I also grabbed my rubber charms from the Pink Fresh Studios Life Noted collection. They're the rubber charm stickers is what they're actually called. And I loved how the family time banner looked with the yellows in this particular paper, in the floral paper there. So I'm going to use it. And because that one says family time, it's perfect because it is family time. And then that little banner there says simple moments. So it is kind of simple because we're making dinner, and it's just some of the fun ways we spend some time together. So I thought that was really nice as well. And now I'm getting everything glued down. Just trying to decide where things go for sure to get it down. And a lot of times I will only put stuff maybe in the middle or on one edge until I know for sure that that's how I want everything to look. So I do need to spend time gluing things down. Now I also know that I'm going to want to put some things up to give it a little bit of dimension. That rubber charm has dimension, so I'll want to do that with some of my flowers. And I'll use foam tape to do that. So here comes my big roll of Scotch foam tape. I always say this every time I use it, I think, but I buy that on Amazon in a very big roll. That roll is, oh, I don't know, a quarter of the size that it actually comes. I'll have to, the next time I do a video, tape a video, I'll have to show you what the new roll looks like, how big it is, because I just bought a new roll. I placed an Amazon order, which I don't do often, and decided to get another roll since I was placing an order. And I'll go through that sometime in the next couple of months. So I pulled another flower there from the Bite Size Bits collection. And now I'm going, because I know I want to do a title right at the top, and I'm just going to choose some letters. I really like that Fitzgerald font. I wish they would make thickers in every color under the rainbow in this Fitzgerald font. It's tall, but it's not, and it's skinny, but it's not wide. So you can get a pretty large title on your pages with this. So I'm going to use the packaging technique, the wax paper technique, so that I can decide where I want it to actually start and end. And when I do this, I usually just use a straight line somewhere on my layout. I don't really care most of the time where I'm lining it up. And if I need to, I can always cut the title apart and make that easier. So the title will be Girls Can Grill. Like I said, it's kind of a nice juxtaposition between the grilling piece and the pinkness of the girls there. So we'll all have to campaign with Chamel to keep using that Fitzgerald font. I'm guessing by the amount that she uses it, that she likes it as well too. Plus this is such a great turquoise color. Oh my gosh. I use this so much. I think, I don't want to say I'm almost through my first pack, because that's one other thing about this pack is there's so many letters in it, even compared to like a normal thickers pack. You get lots of each letter, especially the vowels. And we all know we can use more vowels, right? Okay, this will take just another minute to get that down. Once it's down on the wax paper, it doesn't take very long. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but Mercy Tier I think is the one who started this putting things down on wax paper. It's just brilliant. And I do that for most of the titles that I create. Especially if you have more than one word, it really helps you position it. Or if you're positioning the word in a different spot or different spots, it really helps as well. All right, so that's done. I know that I still want to do something in that lower cluster. It doesn't feel like it's enough to me, so I'm just playing around with what I'm going to do there. And just using some more. This is the very first layout that I've made with this Hello Healthy Soup collection, so I have everything at my reach here. So I like the way those flowers look, and it just adds a little bit more dimension and interest down to that lower cluster. And I'm using more foam tape there to pop it up. I use that foam tape a lot, as I've said. There's one more addition that's coming here, and then I'll be done with, well, actually 2 more, because I need to do my journaling. And I mentioned this in the last layout, but I am a lazy scrapper, so I journal by hand. I don't take the time to do anything. Plus, I think it is nice to share my handwriting. So in case these do become like my grandchildren want them, or my nieces and nephews want layouts, I have written the journaling in my own handwriting, and I often write from a perspective as like I'm talking to them. So I think that that's important. So I'm trying a couple of things out in this upper cluster there, and it's not working. But the one thing I do find is I find this pair of glasses, and it's so funny. I wear glasses, but I rarely ever put them on layouts, even though I do quite a few layouts about myself. So when I saw them and they're navy, I love the touch of navy that brought into that embellishment cluster. So I decided that I'm definitely going to use it. And I keep trying to put that butterfly on, but it is not going to make it. So a little bit of foam tape again, because I need to bring those up because everything else is pretty much up. And I like the fact that that little die cut, the first die cut that's the base of that cluster, says everyday life, because this is everyday life. Grilling and figuring that out. And I need to get those glasses down, because if I'm going to be journaling on that journaling block, I need to know what I can and cannot use there or do there. Okay, now I just need to finish gluing these around, because I didn't glue like any of the corners. I just have tiny little bits of adhesive down here. So just getting those done. And I did gut that, because I don't think I talked about that. I gutted that paper because I wanted to use it again as a mat for my photos, which is a really nice technique, really an easy way to get layers of paper in there. For those of you who wonder how to layer, that's an easy one, is match your photos on the background paper as well. All right, so I am just trying to decide what to say, and I'm using my American Crafts pen there. That's a 0.05 pen. I usually journal with either that or my 0.03 pen, and I'm just about done. That will just about finish up the layout. I have a still shot and a couple of detail shots at the end. Hope you are all well, and I will be back with another layout soon. Bye!